Good evening and vanakkam to all present here. Most respected dignitaries on the dais and all others who are gathered here today, with great sense of pleasure and privilege, we welcome you all to this significant event on the occasion of Constitution Day, Samvidhan Diwas, a day of immense significance in the democratic journey of our nation. On this historic day, we honor the adoption of the Constitution of India and pay tribute to the visionary leaders and the esteemed members of the Constituent Assembly whose collective wisdom has shaped the guiding principles of our Republic. Now, as we proceed with the event, by extending a warm welcome, for which I kindly request Professor Kasilingam, our Dean, School of Law, to kindly provide this welcome address.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. I am very happy to welcome you all for the eventful day, so which we are celebrating for the adoption of our Indian Constitution, which was happened on November 26, 1949. So this is considered as very, very important day for entire country. So first of all, for which we have invited former judge, retired judge, High Court judge, Honorable Justice through Venkatraman sir, who has spared his time to come from Chennai to here to give constitutional address to you. Welcome, sir. Then let me welcome our director. So today Vice Chancellor in charge, Professor K. Taranikarasu sir. So who is going to read the preamble of our Indian Constitution. Welcome you, sir. Next, welcome our head of the department, Kurminder madam, who is going to say vote of thanks for this function. Next, let me welcome Subbalakshmi madam, who is the event coordinator, who is going to organize prize distribution for the people for the competition conducted by the School of Law. Then let me welcome our former School of Dean, Victor sir, present Dean International Affairs. So he has played a key role in shaping the school and created many events in the school. Let me welcome sir for this event. Next, we have School of Tamil Dean, Mr. Sudaramuthu sir, okay, who has come here. And next, let me welcome Arul sir, who is Director MMDC. Then we have Professor and Head of the Department, Karnanidhi sir from Tamil. And let me welcome all scholars and students and scholars and students from other departments. So now let me start with why this, though it is November 26th, we call it as Constitution. But we celebrate Republic on January 26th. So where the Constitution has come into the force. So why, though it was adopted, why it was not immediately, we are not celebrating that Republic Day on November 26th. Because in the year 1930, immediately after conclusion of 1929 Congress session held at Lahore, that time Jawaharlal Nehru was the president. From 1927 onwards, he was trying to move resolution asking for Purna Swaraj. But 27 could not happen, right? 28, though his father was the president, he could not take it up. But when he has become president of Congress in the year 1929, he has moved the resolution on that Congress and it was passed. Then he said, in the end of the Congress session, 30th, he has hoisted the Indian flag in the banks of Ravi River, and he said, this Purna Swaraj should be celebrated so that people will feel the importance of freedom. Everybody, they will feel the importance of celebrating Independence Day. So let us celebrate the Purna Swaraj Day or Independence Day. So it was started in the year 1930, January 26. So we were celebrating January 26 as an Independence Day. It was happening from 1930 to 1947. But the independence was given in August 15. So I do not know how many people know, but it is my duty to tell it to you all. So now August 15th is the day where Hirohito, that is Emperor of Japan, announced his surrender in the World War II. That is the day where the Emperor has said, we are surrendering. So that is the celebration day for Allied forces, English forces. So that is the victory over Japan day. So it is a victory day celebrated by Allied forces on August 15. So when we have asked for freedom, they said, okay, you celebrate our victory also on August 15. So that is why they have given freedom to us on August 15. Since we got freedom on August 15, Independence Day falls on the day. So we thought, let us at least celebrate our Republic Day on the earlier Independence Day, that is January 26. So that is why the people were telling August 15th is a very bad day. Yeah? Okay, if you give freedom on the day, the country will not progress. We don't give on some other day. But if you do not want to go away, then Nehru said, okay, no problem, we will take it. So, but since all horoscope, they were telling 15th is bad day, so let us celebrate on the midnight. So that is why we say it is independence at midnight. After 12th in the night, we have celebrated. So this Purna Swaraj is very, very important. Though Purna Swaraj, he has moved the resolution, but 1924 itself, is a year he wants to move on the Belgaum conference, but it could not happen. Then, so when we talk about our Indian constitution, we need to know the Nehru report, where Motilal Nehru was the president in the year 1928. So he thought we need to have some constitution. So then he has framed some constitutions, and submitted that report. So that report, he was talking about dominion status, so Jawaharlal Nehru, his own son, rejected it, but he has submitted. So that consists of, whatever we say, some part of constitution. But our constitution is a great constitution, a very lengthy constitution. Let me tell the effect of this constitution. When India got freedom, Mountbatten plan, as per the plan, the people can go to Pakistan or people can go to India wherever they want. So it is up to them. Otherwise, the second plan is people where more Muslims are living, that is considered can be, they can go to Pakistan. Where more Hindus, they can go to India. In Kashmir, 2/3 of the population is Muslim. That time, Sheikh Abdullah, he was the gentleman. He said, let me go to India. He has decided to go with India. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he said, he thought that Kashmir will go to Pakistan, it will be natural. But this gentleman has said, I am going to India. Then we asked, hey, you are a Muslim. I am also Muslim. I am fighting for Muslim. You have more number of Muslim. As per plan, you should come to us. Why do you want to go to India? He said, I am religion in common with Jinnah. I have a dream in common with Jawaharlal Nehru. What is a dream? His dream is secularism and democracy. That is my dream. That is his dream. My dream is going along with him, so I should go along with him only. Now imagine, Pakistan got freedom 14th August. But 1951, Liaquat Ali Khan, who was the Prime Minister of Pakistan, was killed in Rawalpindi. So, the reason is not known because that gentleman started immediately. But he is a fundamentalist. On the day of death of Liaquat Ali Khan, the secularism died in Pakistan. After that, when Ayub Khan, that is the commander who has taken over Pakistan by killing the democracy, that is the day in which democracy in Pakistan is killed. Secularism killed and democracy killed. That is why Sheikh Abdullah said, if I go there, that will not be there. That is why I have to go with India. So now, after that, see, many things has happened. But we feel we are united. See, one day, when he was writing a letter to Subhash Chandra Bose, he has asked whether you are a socialist. When you are a socialist, will you do like this? He said, I am more than a socialist, I am an individualist. I am worried about the freedom of each and every individual. The democracy should be given to each and every individual. That freedom is given to all. The one day, our Taranekar sir was telling, okay, why Korea is progressing, Japan is progressing. All the people of Japan, okay, they want to have, when Korea, they want to, where there are more of amphibians, they have asked to eat. Then people ate. But in India, we cannot do because freedom is given to every individual. The democracy is still prevailing. The largest democratic country in the world. So we follow the principles. That too, the adult franchise, which is guaranteed in the Indian Constitution, is very, very famous. Okay, the democratic principles, individual rights, fundamental rights. You might have studied the fundamental rights earlier. The earlier part of the judgment, where people said fundamental right more important than anything else. After that, we have set it to some extent. So now finally, again let me tell one word from Jawaharlal Nehru. He said, who will die? Who will die when India lives, if India lives? Who will live when India dies? So when India is there, everyone can be there. Okay, if you want to be there, India should be there. So let us contribute for the development of the country. Let us contribute ourselves, let us dedicate ourselves for the principles enacted in the Constitution. So some time back I was studying. See, now in the largest, big cities with respect to startup, Boston. Then I have studied, they said there are two very famous business schools are there, MIT and Harvard. That is why they are popular in startups. So that is the power of one educational institution. So now we have an education institution. We have every right, we have every duty, we have a fundamental duty to contribute for the development of the country. Finally, when I was going through the people who are involved in the drafting of Indian Constitution. I have gone through their family background. I have gone through their education. Now all the people, they have come from the developed family. But one gentleman, Ambedkar, he is from a very ordinary background. But he has become the chairman of drafting committee. Why it has happened? Because he had a very good education. He had a very good education. He has worked for 18 hours per day. The education, what can be completed in 8 years, he has completed in 2 years. So education is more and more powerful. Okay, so let me request all of you to develop yourself by studying thoroughly. Okay, so furtherly, you contribute for the development of the country. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for that warm welcome and for setting the tone for the event by giving us a prelude to what is going to be, there in the event today. Thank you so much, sir. Now, as a token of respect, we humbly request our Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Taranekar, to kindly honor our chief guest for today, Honorable Justice Thiru K. Venkatraman, the retired Judge, High Court of Madras, with a bouquet and a shawl.
We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constitution Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Yeah, thank you. Please sit down. Yeah, Honorable Justice Thiru K. Venkatraman, retired Judge of Madras High Court, and the Dean of School of Law, Professor R. Kasilingam, and the Head of the Department of School of Law, Dr. Gurminder Kaur, and the Event Coordinator, Dr. G. Subbalakshmi, and the ex-deans of School of Law and present dean and of Tamil School, and MMTC Director and HOD of Tamil Department, and all the faculty members from other department, and also research scholars, and then my dear students. Good evening, everyone. It is indeed a great pleasure to be part of this Samvidhan Diwas, Constitution Day. This is 26 November. Every year we are celebrating this, and as you know, this Constitution is playing a vital role for our everyday life. Whatever we are following it. So as you know, the human being is a social animal. So every country, they have their own constitution. So to lead our social life without conflict, of any conflict, there should be a justice system. So constitution play a major role in this. So when any conflict comes, we go to the court and we resolve this. So this is main part of the any country. We have very established procedure. So we have been following this from 1950 onwards, and then this was adopted in November 26, as our Dean School of Law mentioned, in 1949. So every time we have to remember this, so that we will be very strict into following this and also following the rule of law. And this Constitution Assembly also reminds us that the vision of our founding leaders. So most of you are all law students, you know better than me, but still, so it is a day to remind us that we have not reached this very easily. So even the most celebrated democratic country in like USA, they were not given the voting right for all the people, all the citizens. Whereas in our constitution, the first day itself, they were given voting rights to all adults. This is not very easy. So in other countries, they fought it and then they got it. Whereas in the country where still we cannot say all are equal social status, but when it comes to the rights in the constitution itself, so it is given. So this is what this is the vision of our the founding leaders of this constitution. I cannot say we have reached it, but still we are trying our level best, because I always says this: 75 years in any democracy, it is not too long, because most of the our public always they have the frustrated with many issues, whether it's a personal life or professional life, or even when they go to court also, they have the frustrated always. But we have to remember that 75 years is not very long years. Even the 300 years, the years democracy, still they have a lot of issues. Lot of issues to be resolved. There are a lot of improvement required. So 75 years is very short to, even we have also compared to other countries, our constitution is the main advantage is having the big different cultures, different languages. We have a system where we can amend it. This is one of the very useful and for even today, very uh, uh, useful section we got it, and this is the one of the vision for our founding father. I happened to I think when Professor Victor brought some the the teachers, law teachers from other countries, I think from somebody from Europe. I discussed with them how many times you change your constitution. They said only 2 times. Even it's older than our constitution. They said only 2 times. So whereas our constitution, we are whenever we require, we are changing this, and without the spirit of the constitution. That is very important. So that is why this type of celebration, the Constitution Day, is very important. And I think I have a lot of things to say, but still it is better our Honorable Justice speaks about this, and then it is that is the reason we also invited him to talk about this. So on this occasion, I am again very happy to be part of this, and I thank the School of Law for arranging this Constitution Day on 26 November. And thank you, one and all.
Thank you for those words of support and encouragement, sir. You have always been very supportive to School of Law. Thank you once again. And now, may I very respectfully request our chief guest for today, Honorable Justice Thiru K. Venkatraman, the retired judge, High Court of Madras, to kindly deliver the Constitution Day address, sir.
The dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, especially the former dean with a smiling face, and my dear students. Before I could deal with the subject and before I could read the prepared speech, I want to know from this audience, how many are they students? Please raise your hands so that it will be useful for me to address. How many students? So all of them. Either you are studying law or research students, right? Media. No, okay. You are from which department? Mass communication. I can also see one of the person who is said to be the assistant professor or something like that is appearing to be a school student. Everybody looks at you so that you can infer that I am not wrong. Though I have prepared a speech on the Constitution and the day's event, I thought I can discuss few things about the students. The students were assembled here. All of you shall not enter the teaching profession as Mrs. Subbulakshmi. She has got patience towards the teaching. That is why she said that she has joined. Even when I was studying in a school, I wanted to be a teacher, but my fate is otherwise through my father. Yes, after completing the degree, he wanted me to join law. Reluctantly, I did so. After completing law degree, he wanted me to practice. He made me to enroll. He has brought a black coat for me, and I have joined the profession very reluctantly, because I never used to be talking with my friends. Friends, I don't say, my classmates. My words will be very, very few. So I thought that I may not be fitting for this profession. I wanted to go in for some job. In fact, I have gone to Bangalore to join a job in a company which my friend's brother was employed therein. I was asked a few questions, then finally the concerned manager of that firm asked me, "How much do you expect?" If I remember correct, I said 4,000. He looked at me and said, "Only 4,000? Can you survive with 4,000? Then only I realized that I have told something less. But interview was over. I could not get the job. Thank God, I could not. Later, reluctantly, I started practice for 1 year and 3 months. I thought I should quit. After 1 year not 1 year, a few months, I appeared before a city civil court judge. I still remember his name, Mr. Parsadi. I have argued a matter. The opposite side was a senior person, grandfather of the present judge, whom I don't want to say the name of the judge, grandfather. After my argument, he started his argument by abusing me first. He would have thought that I am a small boy and I do not know anything about the law. He was correct. But nevertheless, my matter was good and the judge was good. An order was given in my favor. When I came out of the court, I was called by an advocate, Mr. Venkatapati, and said, "When did you enroll yourself?" I said, "Few months back." Immediately said, "You argued well." Though I would not have argued well, anyway, he has appreciated me. Later, that advocate has become the Advocate General. Another advocate by Chandran also called me and said, "Keep it up." That gave me some encouragement. Later, after 1 month, I appeared before the High Court, before Justice Balasubramaniam. I remember all these names because I have been encouraged. I am now here before you because of that. He heard me in a second appeal admission and he has asked me, when did you enroll yourself? I said, few months back. Yes, that is a good ground for admission. Yes, admit interim stay. He said, his daughter later became the judge of the High Court, Justice Sitra Venkatraman. Now, why I am saying is, anybody who enters the profession at the initial stage may think that he cannot do well because he don't have any background. My father was not an advocate. My grandfather was not an advocate. My father was a railway officer. Nevertheless, I could become an advocate. I could earn. Later, I could become a judge. To become a judge, is it necessary that you should be well thorough with the laws alone? If you ask me, I can say no. Your conduct and behavior in the court also counts. I recall an incident about an advocate, a rich person, and efficient person. He appeared before several courts, but he could not succeed in getting interim order before the court. You know why? Even though he has argued well, the judges were not impressed by his behavior. He used to address the court like this, standing. So the judges disliked it and they were not granting any order. Later, he realized the position. He stood correctly, he has argued. Now he is the senior advocate in Madras High Court. Please don't ask his name to be said. He has also appeared before me in a number of matters. So your behavior counts. Secondly, as I said, please don't think that you are not hailing from the advocate's family. That is not necessary. Your father or grandfather need not be an advocate or need not be a judge. Some would have come. That does not matter. That does not mean that everybody's grandfather or father was a judge. He or she could become the judge. I'll tell you that when I was a judge of the Madras High Court, I could realize that the young lawyers, youngsters, used to argue well. What we have done after 4 years, they used to argue even on the first day or within few days. That I have seen and experienced it. Because the youngsters are very bold, thorough, and they can pinpoint any judgment by using the laptop as madam does it. You can correct. You can do it. I'm not. Electronic media is available now. We used to read the books, big volumes of books, find out the judgment. It will take hours or even days. But now, in the fingertips, you are able to get the judgment. The youngsters like you, I can vouch that you are more intelligent than what we were. இதுக்கும் கை தட்ட மாட்டீங்களா? I am appreciating you. You cannot expect the elders to clap. You can do that. In my court, one of the person who appeared to be from a very downtrodden family has sought for an urgent hearing of the matter at 2:15 because if a matter is very urgent, they can mention it in the morning at 10:30 to have the matter at 2:15, then at the time, now to 2:30. I gave him permission with a condition that he shall come and argue before me, he should not bring his senior. He promised, but he has violated the promise at 2:15. He brought his senior. My court officer, very intelligent lady, she pointed out to me, you gave permission to the junior, asking him to come and argue the matter, but he has brought the senior. I told the senior, unless otherwise you bring your junior, I cannot hear the matter, I cannot grant any order. He said he was in the other court. I'll wait. You ask him to bring. You bring him. Finally, he came to the court. Then I asked him, why you have not appeared, even though I told you that you shall appear before me. He gave some evasive answer. Then he started arguing, but he could not argue well. The reason being that the English was a foreign language for him. So in one of the typeset, one page, there was a Tamil typing. Then I asked him to read that. He started reading it very fast, and I'm able to see that language is the only problem for him. Then finally, I gave an interim order to him. I told the senior that if you had appeared, I would not have granted this stay. Because of your junior, I am granting stay for 2 weeks, then finally I will dismiss it. Then I have appointed him as a commissioner in one of the matter, and the amount of rupees 40,000 has been fixed for him. He came to the chamber and he told me that he is coming daily from Chengalpet, the reason being that he cannot afford to pay the rent herein, and he is taking only one meal a day. I felt very sorry about it. I asked one of the senior advocates to come to my chamber and told him that you have to take responsibility of this person. And he started practicing. Now he is the person who owns an apartment in Chennai, having a car and all facilities. The reason being that initially you will feel that you cannot argue and you cannot succeed in the profession. That is not correct. Another instance where a lawyer wanted to leave the profession and go home seeking some job. The next day he is going to leave the profession. The previous day he was sitting in my court. While appointing a commission in one matter, I appointed him without knowing anything about him. Just I saw him in the court, I appointed him. Then I said, did you ever travel in an air? He said, no. Today or tomorrow, after receiving the fees from the advocate, you can travel in an aircraft. He did so. And he stayed on the profession, and now he is the sub-judge in one of the districts. Here again, I cannot tell his name. Another advocate who has appeared before me in Madurai, he asked an adjournment. I asked him why. My senior is not available. That is, I am giving the papers to you. You read the paper within half an hour and argue the matter. He was able to argue a little on that day. I gave him an order. Now he is the district judge in a ill place. Don't try to call out the names. Why I am saying all this thing is, I am saying me as an example, saying the others an example. You can Nowadays, as I said, you are more intelligent than the previous regime, previous lawyers. Don't try to join some corporate office alone, where you can earn in a month a fabulous salary. But please compare that amount with the lawyers. What you earn in a month, you can earn in a day. I am not joking it. It is a correct statement that I am making it. One of the lawyer was appeared before me in an arbitration matter. I found that he is very good at law and he was helping his senior, the SWL Advocate General. I asked him, you appears to be an advocate. Yes, I was practicing for 7 years, then I left the profession. I said, why? Now I am getting a fabulous income by way of salary. I said, you are mistaken. Now ask your senior or the other side senior how much they are earning in a day. What you will earn in a day, what you earn in a month, they will be earning in a day or two. After 3 months, he came to me and said, I have left the profession and I have left the job and joined the profession. I was little afraid. Suppose if he doesn't get case and remuneration, what will happen to me? He will be cursing me. But fortunately, he started practicing and he is earning a lot. He is Mr. Ravichandran, advocate. You can also verify from him about the statement that I have made. He is having 5 or 6 juniors, having a big office, and I only opened the office along with the then Advocate General, Mr. Vijay Narayan. I thought that I can share all these things to make at least few persons to realize that instead of going for a teaching profession as Mrs. Subbulakshmi did it, I don't mistake her. You can practice and you have to practice. Please now raise your hands. How many persons, how many of you here are going to practice? You don't. So at least I'm happy 50 of them who raised their hands earlier or now. I think it may not be too late for them. Tonight, they will think. Tonight, definitely they will think. Though not today night, at least tomorrow morning, at the time of taking breakfast, they will be thinking, and definitely they will change their mind. I hope that they will be doing it. Now, it is for me to read the speech made by me for this day. We, the members of the legal fraternity, have been celebrating Samvidhan Diwas, that is the Law Day, which symbolizes the emergence of our Constitution. We all know that the Law Day signifies the emergence of the Constitution. Why should there be a celebration at all calling itself as Law Day? If we lived through the history of the Constituent Assembly, you will know the importance of celebrating the Law Day. The Constitution of the India was officially adopted on 26 November 1949. Other speakers have already said so, and signed by the members of the Assembly on the date. On 26/11/1949, the then President, in his address, pointed out the various provisions in the draft Constitution. And when we spoke about the judiciary, he said, I quote, We have provided in the Constitution for a judiciary which will be independent. It is difficult to suggest anything more to make the Supreme Court and the High Court independent of the influence of the executive. There is an attempt made in the Constitution to make even the lower judiciary independent of any outside or extraneous influence. One of our articles makes it easy for the state governments to introduce separation of executive from judicial functions and placing the magistracy which deal with criminal cases on similar footing as civil courts. I can only express the hope that this long overdue reform will soon be introduced in the states. That is the address given by the then president about the draft constitution. The 26th November thus assumes greater significance in the history. That is, the day on which Indian Constitution in its unamended form came to be adopted by the Constituent Assembly and was delivered to our nation for being followed. The preamble has been read, and I don't want to repeat what is there in the preamble. If you take a close look at the Constitution, we'll find that the rule of law runs through the entire fabric of the Constitution like a golden thread. Whatever change we wish to bring about in the socio-economic structure, the same has to be thorough with the process of law, and in order to achieve the new socio-economic structure where the little Indian will be able to enjoy the fruits of the freedom of law. Will be able to enjoy the fruits of the freedom. Law has to play a definite and positive role. It is therefore in the fitness of things that on the day on which the Constitution was adopted and enacted, we should emphasize and highlight the fundamental role of law in society and remind ourselves of the great and sublime purpose for which the law is intended to serve in a republic government by the rule of law. We must realize that the end of law must be justice. Law and justice cannot afford to remain distant neighbors. There must be harmony between law and justice. If we wade through the functioning of the judiciary after the Constitution of India came into force, we can see that there are several achievements. At the same time, there are some serious problems which need our urgent attention. Our justice delivery system, in spite of innumerable drawbacks and failings, still commands high esteem, and the citizens have placed the judiciary on a high pedestal. We have to ensure that we come up to their expectations. We have to preserve the trust, confidence, and faith reposed by the people of this country. Nowadays, litigating in court has become an indispensable part of social behavior. Judicial intervention is invariably solicited to run day-to-day administration in most of the fields. At this juncture, I would like to clarify one misconception about the judges and the judiciary. There has been a misnomer. People equate judiciary with a judicial system and they treat both as one and the same. However, it is not. Judicial system is a mechanism of dispensation of justice, whereas judiciary is an institution which operates the system. Judges, lawyers, litigants Witnesses, they being components of judiciary, are the operators. I would like to state that when we talk about the judiciary, it does not mean only the judges, but it would definitely include the joint efforts of the bench and the bar, and also the assistance of everyone connected with the judiciary, who contribute their little might in the function of the judicial forum. You could have seen that the judges hear both sides, take the points addressed by both side advocates, and also they take into account the judgments that have been cited by them. You cannot expect all the judges knows about everything, every inch of law. The advocate who happens to take up the matter of his client will prepare the case, take the citations, and will argue this side or that side. The judge has to see which side is correct. For that, the assistance of the lawyer is paramount. So unless otherwise, judges and advocates unite themselves, we cannot expect the judge to deliver the judgment alone, sitting alone. No doubt, he has to hear both side lawyers, read the papers, and then he can come to the conclusion which is correct. So that is most essential part of the judiciary. A judge shall not think that he knows everything. He need not hear the argument of any advocate, or he need not see any book at all. That is a misnomer. That is being adopted by most of the judges. And a judge may be affluent in one or two subjects or few subjects, but he may not be affluent in all subjects. When I was given the portfolio of labor and service, at the time I thought that labor and service is alien to me because those subjects I have not dealt with as an advocate. When the Chief Justice A.P. Shah has allotted the portfolio to me, then daily in the night, morning, I used to read all the labor laws. Then I heard the advocates. Then only I could deliver judgments on those subjects. Why I am saying is that the service of the lawyers are most eminent, are most important. They shall endeavor themselves to prepare the case that has been handed over to them by either by their senior or by the litigant themselves, and shall prepare it and shall argue the matter. As I said, the young persons, the lawyers of tomorrow, definitely intelligent person, they will do their best. Madam, you are familiar with the type, this laptop. I think most of you would be, right? In our period, there was no laptop, no computer, etc. My senior used to dictate very fast, and I used to take down his dictation. My hands will be very, very painful at the time. Now, you can do everything in the computer or the laptop. Even if your senior dictates, you can type it. You need not write it. You will do it. You will have to do it. You will be doing it. Now, let us pay our homage on this day to the Constitution fathers like Dr. Ambedkar, but for whose labor this great efficacy would not have come into existence. Let us draw inspiration from how they worked and what they ultimately said, and let us try to put flesh and blood into the language of the Constitution to make it a social instrument in the service of the nation. Let us, on this Law Day, rededicate ourselves to serve the society, particularly the poor and disadvantaged sections of the society, to ensure equal justice to all and take all steps to provide speedy and inexpensive justice. I was allotted, I have not completed. I have been allotted 40 minutes by the organizer, Subbulakshmi. I was wondering, because I am not an orator, to address the gathering for 40 minutes. That is why I prepared my speech and came here, even though that I could share few things to you all. 40 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever the case may be. I don't know what is the time now. How much time I have taken it, I do not know. But anyway, I am really happy to be with all of you. And I am happy that at least few of you, by raising your hands, said that you are going to practice. End of my speech, I think many more hands would come up. I thought especially the fronters will be doing that. And I could also see that when I have been invited, madam from the other district, Uttarakhand madam, Orissa person, and other states people are here. This is really a Bharat Vilas, consisting of many persons from the other states. I am very happy. I had been the president of the Consumer Forum in Pondicherry, and I used to come by this side, but never entered these premises. I have gone to the law college, that School of Excellence. I entered these premises. School of Excellence in Chennai was near to my place where I was a judge. I was occupying a bungalow. The School of Excellence will be there. The students of School of Law is really very intelligent. I am saying it from my bottom of heart. I hope that today night will be a special night to some of you who have not raised your hands, saying that you will be practicing. And I hope my written speech or my address will make you to think that judiciary is a best thing in our country. Independent. If you want to be independent, you can be independent. If you want to be honest, you can be honest. In all fields, like all fields, there will be some dishonesty here and there also. But by and large, I could also explain to you what the High Court judges are getting. Their salary will be, no doubt, lesser than the amount being received by the advocate. But the facilities, you can have 5 servants at home. A big bungalow will be given to you, which may cost 3 lakhs. You will be given police protection. 4 police will be at your house. 2 personal security officers will be traveling along with you with gun. Twice in a year, you can travel in and around India in an executive class. Phone free, phone charges free, telephone charges are free, car free, driver free, petrol 200 liters, except provision and clothing, everything will be given to you by the government. I think some of you may now think, you are a law student? Second year, yes. You are. Now you have changed your mind? So thank you for the organizers who invited me, and thanks to every one of you, including smiling Victor, for inviting me and hearing me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much for that inspiring delivery. And also, we learn from you here, sir, that sir was mentioning that it is a prepared script and how well he prepared and he delivered from the script. Thank you for being so humble, and we have learned a lot from your experiences and from your address, sir. And also, you have tried your best to be a catalytic agent today. So we believe there will be more takers who jump back to the profession, sir. Thank you once again for spending your time here with us today.
A very heartfelt gratitude and thank you to you, sir. It was wonderful. This is what experience does. The beauty of speech, the beauty of delivery, and the essence of message, and making the best sense in celebrating 75 years of the Constitution of India. Thank you so much, sir.